Welcome to the Department of English, Government Postgraduate College, Attock. These online classes have been started on the instructions of Punjab Higher Education Department, Govt of Punjab, Lahore. The prime purpose of these classes is to help students in continuing their studies and preparation for the final exams. By conducting these classes, the students would benefit from the teaching of their teachers in COVID-19 situation. As you know that all the educational institutions have been closed due to the spread of COVID-19. Hence, online classes are inevitable for the smooth flow of educational activities. That is why the government decided to launch online classes for the betterment of the students. In this regard, we hope and expect that you would pay full attention to these classes and would benefit from them as maximum as possible. We also hope that you would do your best to perform in the exams. For this purpose, our department too started the online classes to help you in preparing yourself for the final exams. I'm Abdul from Department of English. Uh, my job is to teach you grammar, that is the paper B portion of the paper, and we have already started the correction of sentences. This is the question of 10 marks in your final paper, in which incorrect sentences are given and you have to correct those incorrect sentences. This question is of prime importance because it can help you in securing more marks, and these marks are very much pertinent and important because exact 10 marks can be got in this question if only 5 sentences are corrected. So I will be sharing the rules and the principles that can help you in correcting the incorrect sentence, and this would not only help you in securing good marks in your graduation, but these rules would also help you in improving your English in general, because the basic purpose of these lectures is to help you in spotting out the most frequent mistakes committed in the usage of English. By knowing these mistakes, you will be able to express yourself in correct English. Hence, it is hoped and expected of you that you would pay full attention to these rules. Further, you are also advised to make notes of these lectures because these would help you later in your preparation for the final exam as well. Today, we will begin with rule number 32. As you know that we are discussing and doing the rules of correction, in which we made the incorrect sentences correct with the help of these rules. We have studied 31 rules of correction so far, and today we will begin with the rule number 32. And this rule says that the phrase "with a view to" is followed by first form of the verb with ing instead of we when or infinitive. So this is the rule for the structure and the construction with a view to, that it adds ing with the first form of the verb, though to is there. That is normally considered to be the infinitive case, and with infinitive case, first form of the verb is used. But this rule is specific to the phrase with a view to, that it takes ing form with the first form of the verb, and normally in an incorrect sentence, first form of the verb is used with this structure. That is an incorrect use of the structure. Let us move to the example. Example number 1. He went there with a view to meet his friends. In this sentence, we can see that with a view to phrase has been used. And after to, we see the first form of the verb meet. That is incorrect. So we have to add ing with the first form of the verb by converting meet into meeting. So this would be the correct use of the structure with a view to construction. He went there with a view to meet his friends is incorrect sentence because of to meet. And the correct sentence for this expression is he went there with a view to meeting his friends. So this meeting is the correct expression, as ing form is used after with a view to. So he went there with a view to meet his friends is incorrect because of to meet, and he went there with a view to meeting his friends is correct because of to meeting. Similarly, in the next two examples, we also see the same rule. Like she arranged a party with a view to spend good time. In this sentence, you see with view to is highlighted with in the red ink, and that says that we have to add ing after the structure with the view to. So in this sentence, she arranged a party with a view to spend. You see that to spend is the first form of the verb, whereas the rule says that this is the incorrect use of the sentence of the verb. The correct expression is to add ing with the first form of the verb after the structure with the view to. So this with the view to spend being the first form is the incorrect expression. In order to correct it, the need is to add ing with the first form of the verb. So instead of to spend, we have to use to spending. Hence, the correct sentence for this expression is she arranged a party with a view to spending good time. So this spending instead of spend is the correct use of the verb in the sentence in which the structure of with a view to is used. She arranged a party with a view to spend good time is incorrect with a view to spend, whereas the correct sentence is she arranged a party with a view to spending good time. Similarly, in the last example too, the same expression is can be understood in a more vivid way, that they play regularly with a view to retain fitness. So we come across the structure with a view to, and then we see retain is the first form of the verb. That is the incorrect use of this expression. So we need to add ing with the first form of the verb to retain. The basic issue is with the to retain. The to retain is incorrect. What is the correct expression is to add ing with the first form of the verb, that is retain. So instead of retain, we have to use retaining. That is the main principle involved in correcting the sentence. They play regularly with a view to retain fitness is incorrect because of to retain, whereas the correct sentence is they play regularly with a view to retaining fitness. So retaining is the correct expression instead of detail. So this is the next to 32 that explains how to use the structure or the phrase with the view to. So just to put in a nutshell, we can say that with the view to, ing is add instead of the first form of the verb. Rule number 33. In a sentence, a had better structure is not followed by to. That in the sentences we find the structure had better. There is a specific structure uh, in the sentences of English language. So what is the rule for this one is that had better is not followed by the preposition to, uh, because infinitive is used in incorrect sentence after had better, whereas the correct one is to drop to and to continue with the first form of the verb without adding to that sentence after had better is being used in the sentence. As you can see in the first sentence, you had better to go there. So had better to have been highlighted in the red, showing that had better has been used there in the sentence. And after had better, to is the incorrect expression in the sentence. In order to make this sentence correct, we need to remove to out of this sentence. So you had better to go there is an incorrect sentence because of adding to after better, whereas the correct sentence is you had better go there. So in the correct sentence we see that to has been removed after better. You had better to go there is incorrect because of to, and you had better go there is correct because to has been removed from this sentence. Continuing with the same rule, the next two examples are here of the had to structure. The next sentences, they had better to support him, is again incorrect because we find to there, which is an incorrect use of to in a sentence in which had better structure is used. So they had better to support him is incorrect because of to after better. Whereas the correct expression for this sentence is they had better support him because to has been removed from this sentence. Hence, this sentence has become a correct sentence. So they had better to support him is incorrect, whereas the correct sentence is they had better support him. The last example for this sentence is she had better to stay away from this matter. Again, had better to uh, have been highlighted in the red because to has incorrectly been used in this sentence. Because when we use had better structure in a sentence, then to is not used after that one. Thus, the correct use of this sentence would be to remove to after had better structure. She had better to stay away from this matter is the incorrect sentence because of adding to after better, whereas the correct sentence for this expression is she had better stay away from this matter. So in this sentence, we see that to has been removed and only had better and then the first form of the verb stay has been used here. So she had better to stay away from this matter is in correct sentence, whereas the correct sentence is she had better stay away from this matter. In rule number 34, we study that the structure of cannot help or could not help are followed by our first form of the verb with ing instead of infinitive. But if we find that the structures of cannot help or couldn't help are used in a sentence, then we have to remove to after them and then add ing with the first form of the verb. So using in an infinitive after cannot help or couldn't help structure is incorrect expression. What we have to do, we have to take two steps. First of all, to remove to after cannot, could not help structure, and then add ing with the first form of the verb. Just for example, in the first sentence, we can see she cannot help to love. So cannot help is a structure that asks for the ing form with the first form of the verb and to remove to. So first thing that we need to do is to remove to. That she cannot help to would be removed, and then add ing with the first form of the verb, that is love. So to is removed and ing is added to love. So the correct sentence becomes she cannot help laughing instead of she cannot help to laugh. She cannot help love is the incorrect sentence because of adding to and v1, whereas the correct expression is she cannot help laughing is the correct expression for this sentence. So similarly, in the next examples too, we find that they couldn't help to play. Again, couldn't help is followed by to, and play first form of the verb. That is incorrect because of the two reasons. Number one, that to is added, and number two, that first form of the verb play is used. So to would be removed in the next sentence, and ing, like playing, would be used for the correct expression of this sentence. They couldn't help to play is the incorrect sentence, whereas the correct sentence is they couldn't help playing is the correct expression for this sentence. And the last example for this sentence is that he couldn't help to weep is incorrect because of to after help, and weep, the first form of the verb, is incorrect expression. So number one, we have to remove to after couldn't help, and second, to add ing form with weep, that is the first form of the verb, so it will become weeping. So to would be removed and weeping would be used instead of to weep. He couldn't help to weep is the incorrect expression, whereas the correct sentence for this one is he couldn't help weeping. So these are the 2 points, that to is removed after couldn't help, cannot help sentences, and then ing form is added with the first form of the verb. This is the end of today's lecture. Uh, I, I hope and expect that you would have understood it completely, and you would also try to make your notes of these lectures. Uh, if you still face some difficulty in understanding these rules or these rules of the corrections, please feel free to put your question, drop your question in WhatsApp group that has been made for this purpose for the fourth year. BA fourth year, a WhatsApp group has been established. You can put and you can drop your question there. It would be addressed adequately and immediately. Thank you very much for joining us today. I wish you the best of the day and the best of the luck in your studies. Thank you very much.